so during the break, I was able to look up Kyler Murray's game log. So Flores, as a head coach, Miami Dolphins 2019 through the 21 season. So he took over the Dolphins. Kyler was a rookie.
Okay.
They didn't play until 2020, where it was Arizona hosting Miami. And Kyler went 21-26 for 283 and 3.
Okay.
He also had 11 rushing attempts for 106 yards and a rushing touchdown.
Oh, geez. Okay.
They lost the game.
Okay.
The Dolphins still won. But.
Yeah, that's analogous to a lot of things we've talked about the last 4 months. Okay. Well, he had one against Flo when Flo was the coordinator here, I believe.
So he did. So it was just the 2 games, the one you mentioned, and that would have been 2024.
What happened?
Well, he went 31-45.
Jeez.
For 260.
Okay, he's chewing up Flo's defense.
A touchdown and 2 picks. He had an arm punt in there.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, we won 23-22 that game.
Yes. So that was the Cousins get around the edge game.
This was 24. It was Darnold. Let me see here.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, Aaron Jones with a late touchdown grab from Darnold to take the lead with a minute left in the game.
Well,
but the what was it, Marcus Golden? That Cousins ran around to the corner like a freaking track star a few years before that.
Okay, so when Kyler was asked that question yesterday, I'm glad to know that what I thought I saw.
Yeah.
Because he said, well, I've gone against Flo's defense in 2 regular season games, and I mean, it's tricky. It's a wonderful defense over there. Can't wait to go against it when pads get on. Can't wait for the Ravens to get here, man. I'm happy to be here. May God bless everybody. But I could tell he was starting to go down the road of like, bro, you just asked that question. Have you looked at like what happened when I went against Flo's defenses twice? I mean, we may not have won, but I kind of chewed that thing up a little bit.
Kind of put some Sooner stats on the board against Flo's defense.
All right. We 10 from 10.
Yeah.
The utmost of importance. However, Timberwolves basketball is coming to DAZN.
Yep.
Okay. Is that Dazn or Dazn?
I've always said Dazn.
So you know what it is?
Vaguely. I know it exists, and there's programming content. They're building up their streaming capabilities, yeah.
Oh, so it's a new bit.
And it's, well, I guess according to the press release, you pronounce it DAZN.
Oh, DAZN.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get into DAZN TV, DAZN. DAZN is partnering with the Timberwolves to become the exclusive local media rights partner for next season. The Timberwolves fan experience on DAZN offers live game streaming plus 15 free games available on DAZN app, access to Timberwolves games across virtually every device, live and on-demand viewing options, seamless streaming across multiple devices simultaneously, interactive fan engagement features, including in-game chats, polls, and games. Timberwolves games exclusively broadcast on ESPN, ABC, NBC, Peacock, and Prime Video will not be available on DAZN. Okay, so this ain't it, right? I mean, there's another announcement that's going to come closer to the season, I would assume, right?
In terms of maybe the number of primetime games that'll be on those other networks that would be off of DAZN, maybe.
Okay, so am I to believe in the Comcast covenant?
Yeah.
If I want to watch the Twins, I don't want to find DAZN. I don't want to find Twin Zone.
Right.
I don't want to find YouTube or any app du jour.
Yeah.
I want to punch in 1261, and I'm going to pay a fat bill. But I want to punch in, and I'm paying for the right to punch in 1261 and have it come up on my TV. So, apologies for being dumb here. But, I mean, like, is there expected to be another announcement that, like, our television partner for just television will be this?
Well, I mean, when you start using...
So I got to cast it as all this?
When you start using the word exclusive, that's
that's a good point.
That's where I would start to point my finger at in terms of, it sounds like you're going to have to now...
So I need to get in DAZN, pay for it, and then cast it to my TV.
Yeah, so I saw something, and it was from Johnny K.
I'm about ready to lose my mind.
It was from Johnny Athletic, and he was responding to somebody's post here. Let me just find it here.
1261 though, Twins TV, T-Wolves TV, 1262. It's open.
Yeah. So so he responded to a Bob on X that asked him, will the games be on DAZN or will they also be on cable?
Oh, thank you.
And John said just DAZN, not cable. And then prior to that, he had written on X, pricing for the Wolves streaming on DAZN has not yet been announced, but it'll be much lower than the $35 per month for all DAZN offerings. So is DAZN just like an extra package? You can buy it all for $35 a month?
Okay.
He says it sounds like there'll be discounts for season ticket holders and promotional discounts as well, plus up to 15 free games, excuse me. So
okay, well, maybe being in the League Pass covenant, as I am, I like watching NBA games. Don't at me in the state of hockey.
You might have to watch the road calls.
But the thing is, you can't get the road game in a local. Yeah. But now maybe you can. With the streaming thing.
Yeah, but
I'm not streaming. I'm trying to watch it on TV without having to cast it.
Yeah, you're going to have to cast it.
Okay.
Based on these preliminary information that's been released. With respect. And judge me, call me old, call me antiquated, call me get off my lawn guy. This sucks. Yeah.
This sucks. And I love the team, and I love the people over there. Curious to see what the Wild does do. Whatever, man. That's we're cool.
But I think it's if the regional,
like I ain't gonna watch Vinci's team.
The regional sports networks kind of had the conglomeration aspect to them, right? Where they brought you know, whether it was FanDuel, it was Fox Sports North. What do we have? It was MSC at one point, Victory. I don't even remember all the various incarnations of local sports in town. But
Ahmad Hicks, what are you doing? Okay, Ahmad Hicks is the bomb. Fox 9 Sports. So as we're talking about this, he texts me, and I'm like, oh. Here's an elite broadcasting TV mind.
Yeah.
He's going to offer me an answer. He's basically like, listening to you on the radio, just wanted to say hi.
I always love that one.
Oh, well, hi, Ahmad.
I thought you were coming in here saying, don't sleep on 9. Not that 9, the channel 9. Don't sleep on 9. So I guess we just can't go to a regular TV channel and watch this, right?
Well, I think, whether it's the Twins doing Twins TV and their connection to MLB, I believe, is what gives you access via the 1261 in Comcast.
Yeah, good point. You're right.
But the Minnesota Wild are going to go through this, and the NFL is the only sport, and the NBA to some extent with the national TV rights deals.
Yeah.
But the NFL is the only one that has effectively figured that out as not just a revenue piece to build, but a revenue piece that builds every single year. I think we saw the yearly check from the Packers is like $450 million. So everyone else just kind of fighting for scraps and scrambling to figure out how they can make money.
This is fait accompli. I mean, I guess it is. Deals have been signed. We got exclusivity. It's fait accompli. It's done.
Yeah, I don't know. You always think maybe they'll find issues with this. They won't get the revenue they want, and they'll claw it back, right? And someday they're going to end up back on Comcast and 668 or whatever it was forever with Fox Sports North, et cetera. But yeah, I mean, you're going to have. So if NBA teams like the Wolves are doing this, I don't know how many teams in the NBA have the regional sports network L issue that the Twins, Wild, and Wolves are working through. But yeah, the Wild's going to be going their own way. They at least, the Wild, it sounds like, are going to have a local TV partner attached to it.
Like, I think an over-the-air, as they call it in the business, which could be...
Wrap yourself in tinfoil and do the moonwalk in your living room. You'll
4, 5, 9, 11, 45. Those are over-the-air bids.
I believe so, yeah.
All righty.
So as of now,
do you like this? Or do you mind this?
No, I'd prefer it to be on one of the local channels.
Yeah. All right. We're going to pause, recalibrate. When we come back, we're going to finish the top 10 memories from the first 10 years of Vikings football at U.S. Bank Stadium. The O'Connell years 22 through 25 will be serviced next segment on KFAN. But first...
Yeah, the Fan and BigDeck.com, they want to give you a chance to win some bonus bucks with the National Cash Contest. This hour's keyword is bank. The keyword is bank, and you can enter that keyword now at KFAN.com. All right, we've been playing around with this all week. 10 in 10 seasons at U.S. Bank Stadium, trying to find the best memory maybe from each of those 10 seasons.
Yeah, we're going to get into zone.
We are going to get into zone. Somebody texted in, says it's just a one-year deal, so maybe this is kind of a feeler process.
Yeah.
And I would imagine, it sounds very similar to what maybe some other markets are dealing with, those with the regional L.
Oh, you're right.
But, I like the simplicity of it. Everything's going streaming. We're going to have 50 apps on our phones to watch everything, and we're just going to have to deal with that, I guess. But 2016, the Texans had to deal with Marcus Sherrills in that sweep punt return. 2017, Sean Payton had to deal with a miracle. 2018, Daniil Hunter, his 3.5 sacks, 10 sacks as a team. 2019, Rudy, the winner against the Broncos. Justin Jefferson in 2020, his first TD in purple. 2021, the Greg Joseph walk-off against the Pack. And in 2022, I have a few options for you here, PA. We won the border battle week 1. That was O'Connell's first game. Week 2, it was ugly in Philly. But week 3, I think we had a game winner of a different variety.
Madison motions to the backfield. Cousins out of the shotgun with no timeout, trailing 24-21. Takes the snap, straight drop. He's going to fire right. Yes! KJ Osborne! You're so cold-blooded! Touchdown! And the Vikings have taken a 27-24 lead.
All right, so
Lions game,
week 3, 45 seconds left. Cousins, dagger, KJ Osborne. You beat the Kitties 28-24. So that's option number 1.
I forgot about that one. Good pull.
We would beat the Bears 29-22. Nothing really of note. I'm actually going to jump all the way to Thanksgiving and Kene Nwanwu.
Folks kick, short, Nwanwu from the 4 near side. Angles to the right, to the 5, to the left, to the 10, 15, 20, 25. Kene, toe tapping the sidelines. Here he goes! Kene Nwanwu, 30, 20, touchdown! That's Kene Nwanwu's 3rd kick return touchdown of his career. That one went for 96, and it's 23-22 New England.
So how about a Turkey Day kick return TD that we needed because Mac Jones was putting 360 on us through the air. Adam Thielen with a late touchdown to secure the lead in the win. So week 3 Kitties.
Okay, well, with Nwanwu,
yes,
that was our last kick return touchdown.
Oh, goodness.
So
okay. You like history.
Yeah, but 16 to 26 season is different than 22 to 26. I mean,
That's a good point.
We're starting to stretch it a little bit here with a handful of seasons. But Kene Nwanwu, that I believe that was our last kick return touchdown.
I think you're right on that. He had 2 his rookie season, 1 his second year.
Yep.
So I think he had a total of 3. That would have been the last one.
Okay.
Well, if you're looking for history, I mean, come on. 2022, this game was obvious.
1st and 10 from his own 36-yard line. Back to pass, screen left to Dalvin. Turns it up outside the numbers to the 40. Gets to the 50. And he's loose. Dalvin 20 to the left. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook. Yes. A 64-yard touchdown. And he had to drag a Colt into the end zone.
Isaiah Rodgers.
36, 34, Indy, 2:15 to go.
He didn't drag Rodgers into the end zone. Rodgers was part of the Colts scrum at the 5, trying to bring him down.
I'm trying to remember. I thought there was an O-lineman that found his way down there and was kind of helping Dalvin get into the end zone. It was a member of the Minnesota Moving Company.
Dakota Dozier? Just kidding. Brandon Fusco? Brilliant. Corey Withrow? All right.
Was he Newberry or Slippery Rock?
Slippery Rock for Fusco. And so we got Dalvin, we got Kene, we got cold-blooded KJ. What else?
All right. Well, so the biggest comeback history regular season, I think, of the NFL. And then we had this.
61-yard try, right hash. Snap spot. Joseph with a big leg and Merry Christmas, Minnesota Vikings fans. The Vikings have beaten the Giants 27-24. It's Joseph from 61. Wow!
about the vocal cords of the Vox, by the way? Because within a 7-day period, well, technically 8, you had the biggest comeback in regular season NFL history in that Colts game.
That was the next week, the Giants?
And then on Christmas Eve, you heard that there, the walk-off winner. Merry Christmas, Vikings fans. And those are the 4 that I have selected for 2022.
What do you think?
I think it's the absolute obvious. It's the comeback for the freaking ages. It's Hawkinson for the 2. It's how did we survive 2 picks that were probably Jalen Reagor's fault. I think there was either a blocked punt or some kind of special teams TD early.
Yeah.
Trey Blake can't work a freaking mic. Everything that went on that day. And even now, from 22 to 26, nearly 4 years later, you'll hear, and I bet Vikings fans listening right now can say, I turned the TV off until this moment. I left the stadium and heard the comeback on the radio as I was returning to Hopkins. That was an unbelievable game. Coolest moment at US Bank Stadium. Only because that Buffalo game was on the road, PA.
I would like to add a 5th candidate.
Ooh.
In US Bank Stadium, memorable, and here it is.
First and goal from the 2, game tied at 24, fourth quarter, middle of the fourth quarter, handoff Barkley up the middle, encountered by a Viking, and he stopped, but then he lunges and plows his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Saquon Barkley.
Sorry.
Tomlinson and Tonga inside for the Vikings on first down, a flip left to Barkley, turns it up past the line of scrimmage, and he gets loose, 20-15-10, and a touchdown for the New York Giants.
Nope, wrong one, sorry.
Why were you doing that? Were you trying to find were you going to find the check down?
Happened in the state. That's right. Wow.
Were you going to find the 4th and 8?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Why were you doing that?
4th and 8 from the Vikings 48. If they don't get a first down, the New York Giants win the game. Cousins takes the snap. Thibodeau blitzes. Kirk throws right. Caught Hawkinson shy of the first down, and he stopped at the Giants 49. And the New York Giants are heading to Philadelphia for the divisional round of the postseason, having beaten the Minnesota Vikings 31-24.
I'm trying to remember that play. Do you ever? I'm pretty confident.
Well, it probably goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't like you.
After that game, how much time we spent trying to analyze, could he have gotten it to Thielen? Did Jefferson, and back then we called him JJ because we didn't have the other JJ yet, did he have his arm up? Do you absolutely have to give your stud wide receiver a 50-50 shot on a 4th down play versus going short? How much we spent analyzing that. How brutal, man.
The Dalvin Cook touchdown took place a play after the Indianapolis Colts, coached that day by...
it wasn't Shane Steichen yet. It would have been...
Jeff Saturday.
Jeff Saturday, the fill-in.
Yep, he was filling in. He was the interim. And so they're winning 33-0. Here come the Vikings. The Colts go for it, 4th and 1 with Matt Ryan.
They did.
He gets stood up at the line of scrimmage, building loud. Offense comes on the field. There goes Dalvin, and the Colts lose. That's the winner for 2022. 2023, what's next?
Yeah, don't... I'm just the messenger here, okay? The season was tough. We're up 20-3 at Lambeau. The Achilles pops. The season changes. Yep. Dobbs. On
the road.
Hey, look at that rushing touchdown he just offered you. T.J. Hawkinson, post, center of end zone, wide open. I guess we'll deal with it because we won. It was a tough season. But I'm going to go to week 7. Week 7, the week before Kirk Cousins was injured. It was prime time. The San Francisco 49ers were in town. We were 2-4. We needed a win. And this kid shined like the biggest star on that night.
16 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins on 3rd and 6. Big blitz like Pete said. So Cousins fires over the middle, and it is caught by Addison. 20-10 touchdown! That time, Jordan Addison stole it from Charvarius Ward. And it's a 60-yard touchdown, and the Vikings strike in the shadow of halftime, and they lead 16-7.
So if you remember 2 weeks prior to that Kansas City game, fumble by Josh Oliver, opening possession, we lose 27-20, and who gets hurt? Hammy, it's a problem. Justin Jefferson. We needed Jordan Addison to step up. And earlier in that game, I think Charvarius Ward ripped it out of Addison's hands for a pick on Cousins.
Yes.
And he returned the favor. He had 2 TDs in that game, and that was part of a 22-17 victory for the Purple.
And that's it?
Well, I got one more. Okay. Dobbs. In a season, I mean, just running through these games, by the way, at home, I mentioned we lost to the Chiefs. We beat the Niners. We go to Green Bay and Atlanta. The Saints win at home, and then we lost that 12-10 debacle against the Bears. I think that was in primetime, too. And then we lost to both the Lions and Packers as part of the final 3 of the season. So not a lot of great choices. So I had to throw this one in there.
Dobbs takes the snap out of the shotgun. Straight drop. Throws to the end zone. And touchdown! A 28-yard touchdown to T.J. Hawkinson. Wow. And Dobbs has beaten them by land. And he just beat them by air. 23-3 Minnesota.
So we were up 24-3, I believe, at the break. And then, of course, Dobbs would throw a couple picks, and thanks to Jameis Winston trying everything he could do to lose that thing,
right?
We beat him by a 27-19. So
we have a problem.
What's that?
The problem is the Addison touchdown, ripping it away from Charvarius Ward.
Yeah,
that's the right answer. That's the most memorable play of the season. However, you uncovered a Josh Dobbs passing touchdown.
I always love that one.
I mean, that's akin to being in Scotland and seeing the Loch Ness Monster.
Well, and the beauty of it, too, is even in the touchdown call, you did have to mention that he had run one in earlier.
Yeah.
He's beaten them by land, and now he's beaten them by air.
Addison Niners.
Yeah. Addison Niners for sure.
24.
All right, 20-24. I think this one's easy, but I threw a few in for the heck of it.
2nd and 9 for the Vikings from their own 3. Darnold under center. Play action to Jones. Back to pass. Bosa picked up. Deep shot.
97.
Jefferson. Yes! Caught at the 50. Heads left to the 40. Cuts back to the 25. Heads to the right. He's trying to outrun the Niners. To the 5. Touchdown! A 97-yard touchdown!
Mookie Dave on the spot.
Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson. And your Minnesota Vikings have a 9-0 lead.
All right, so 97. That one's pretty good. And that was just week 2 of the 2024 season. This may have been the very next game, just to verify it here. The Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans at U.S. Bank Stadium. And right out of the gates, who is making a play?
Speaking of Ohio State, the former Buckeye, C.J. Stroud, is intercepted on the second play of the game. And the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. And the Minnesota Vikings have turned over the Houston Texans. Welcome to the lineup, Camus, Brugier, Hill. 9th year from Eastern Illinois, replacing Ivan Pace, and he came up big.
I loved because trying to get it's so important to you that you pronounce these guys' names right, out of respect for them, of course. But the way you laid out the phonetic pronunciation of his name, I could hear you trying so hard to make sure you nailed that thing, and you did. So, Camus Brugier Hill with a pick on Stroud. And then lastly, a high five for Sam.
3 receivers right. Sam Darnold out of the shotgun. Jones picks up a blitzer. Pass right. Caught Addison to the end zone. Touchdown! Jordan Addison makes it 34-21. And for Sam Darnold, that's a high five. For the first time in his career, he's thrown 5 touchdown passes in a game. And for Jordan Addison, that's the first 3-touchdown game of his career.
All right, what do you do?
Wow.
What do you do? 97 or the high five?
That's it? That's all of them?
Yeah, for 24, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm a first and last guy, and hopefully all of you are too. So for Darnold, first 5-touchdown performance, with Addison on the same play, achieving his first 3-touchdown receiving performance in a season. Justin Jefferson achieved the longest reception of his career, 97.
Yeah.
And it also was Darnold's longest. What are we going to do here?
Well, I have my druthers. I have my opinion. I have my thought. And for me, it's the high five and it's the trifecta.
Yep. Two's greater than one.
It pains me. Jefferson,
Yep.
I mean, maybe
you're right.
The best, I mean, the 97 is the best singular play.
Mm-hmm.
But if we are going by equity and history-making moments, it wasn't the toughest touchdown Sam's ever thrown, not the toughest that Addison's ever caught, but together, a high five and a trifecta,
That's it.
I think that's the one.
Hit the trifecta and a high five. 25.
Yeah, well, we got, okay, let's rattle through these here. Week 2, Bengals. We put 40 on people, and a lot of cool things happened, including a couple plays by this guy.
He dropped the ball. Isaiah Rodgers picked it up.
No way.
He is gone. 2 defensive touchdowns for number 2, Isaiah Rodgers. Well done, young man. That fumble recovery touchdown runs the Vikings to a 23-3 lead, and there are no flags on the field.
So that was week 3, excuse me. Isaiah Rodgers.
Carson Wentz at quarterback.
Making history. Now, you can tell I'm kind of trying here. I'm trying. How about this? How about this on Christmas Day from Jordan Addison?
All right, Brosmer takes. It's a trick play, and here comes Jordan Addison, steaming to the 40, to the 30, down to the 5, close to the end zone.
Mark it.
Signal. Touchdown! Jordan Addison! What an unbelievably sneaky play by the Minnesota Vikings.
I put in there, okay, Hawkinson touchdown against the Commanders. We beat them 31-0 after getting Brosmered in Seattle. I also included Addison with a go-ahead TD in a Bears game just before we got Devin Duvernay'd. But in the end, Isaiah Rodgers, historical. Or Addison, 65-yard rush.
The historical piece, Rodgers knew. He got 2. And it was the first home victory last year because they embarrassed themselves against Atlanta. So 2025, judge and jury goes with Isaiah, number 2 for 2. What do you think?
I think.
Hey! Squishy, squishy, squishy.
I think we created a good list.
Squishy. It's a great list. We'll reveal it in totality tomorrow.
Ooh, good idea.
From main man Marcus all the way through Isaiah Rodgers. Tomorrow on the Friday Football Feast, Greenway, and much more. We'll pay that off around the corner after the Owl Roofing post game is next.
This is PA on iHeartRadio and KFAN The Fan. Guaranteed human. Our iHeartRadio.
Post-game PA brought to you each and every day by who?
Owl Roofing and owlroofing.com.
I got a couple for you here. We had a Covenant catch-up with Kyle Rudolph, chatted a bit actually about that 10 in 10 list, him scoring the first TD to open U.S. Bank Stadium. But I actually really loved this question you asked him towards the end of your chat. Who was your favorite offensive coordinator?
It's really close for me between Kevin Stefanski and Pat Shurmur. Obviously, both guys that went on to become head coaches after being the offensive coordinator in Minnesota. For me, Pat, because he had such an innate ability going in, no matter who we were playing or what a defense was going to do to us, to basically say, the year that he was a coordinator, we had a top 10 rushing offense and a top 10 passing offense. And he had such innate ability to be able to call a game, to do what we did well, make it simple on us, make it look difficult to defenses, and ultimately get everybody involved. It was getting, the run game going. That year, Dalvin gets hurt week 4 against Detroit, tears his ACL. Jerick McKinnon, Latavius Murray, they get the ball. Adam gets the ball. Diggsy gets the ball. I get the ball. He just had such a innate ability to get everyone involved.
Yeah, it was a cool conversation. He would talk about Kevin Stefanski as well, glowingly as well. But just he kind of sent me down memory lane, man. I mean, we did have a top 10 running game with Latavius Murray and Jet McKinnon, and it was rookie Dalvin who was already showing he's got something.
No.
He tears his ACL against the Kitties.
Dalvin hurt, so then it was Jerick and Latavius. Hey.
And then Ben Lieber, later on, you guys were talking about, it's cool. We got the QBs, the reps, all of that included. But the big moment, the big tide turner at camp, as maybe it is every year for these QBs, is when they put the pads on them.
So much. And I think for Kyler, he's probably really, really looking forward to that because in these controlled environments with no pads on, you're not feeling the rush anymore. You're not being able to showcase your physical traits and your scrambling ability and your second chance plays. And that's, obviously it's a part of his game. I don't want people to think that that's all his game. He does it. He has the ability to it. But I think for the most part, Kyler really wants to just be a pocket passer. He wants to run the offense that the coordinator wants to run, and he will only use his legs when he needs to. The coordinator from Arizona under Gannon, Petzing, blew up his name there for a second. I'm like, what the heck? He used him a little bit on true quarterback run game, but not a lot. So don't think that just because he is special in his physical traits that he wants to run around prematurely. He wants to be a quarterback. And I think that's putting the pads on is going to give everybody a chance to really evaluate the full spectrum of what Kyler Murray is, because you can see him feel the rush, move around the pocket, and then if he has to extend the plays, then he's going to show off, what he can do getting the ball down the field.
That's from Ben Lieber at 10 a.m. Both going to be podcastable in just minutes at the end of this show. So get the steno pads out, get the tallies ready to rock as they return to practice this afternoon. And we continue to see them, at least for now, in that controlled environment that Ben Lieber was talking about.
Ava, Stella, Nordquist.
We love the Vikings!
See you at the racetrack soon, Ava. See you at the racetrack soon, Stella. Okay. And thanks for the good times today, everybody. And the patience. Parents get it.
KFAN is my favorite station.
May God bless you and all of your families. Please listen to the Friday Football Feast tomorrow. Nordo and I will. Chad Greenway at 9. Paul Charchian at 9:35 with the Fantasy Feast. Alec Lewis at 10. And Tanner Morgan on some Golden Gophers football at 11. For Eric Nordquist, I'm Paul Allen. This is FM 100.3 KFAN, and the program is next. Have a good day. Bye.
If it's good news or money, leave a message.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
From the 1-800 Ask Gary Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Northern Tool.